An attempt by Western Sydney Health, a New South Wales government agency, to write women out of existence by referring to so-called pregnant people in a Twitter post about COVID-19 vaccinations. Today it gets worse with revelations that the recipient of next year's New South Wales Woman of the Year award may not actually be a woman. It's because state government bureaucrats, the same people behind the pregnant people nonsense, have decided to open the award to anyone who identifies as a woman, not just biological females. And the Berejiklian government, including the Minister for Women, Bronnie Taylor, are doing nothing about it. Indeed, in media today, the Minister tried to find a way to back the decision in. For her reaction, I'm joined from Sydney by Women's Forum Chief Executive, Rachael Wong. Rachael, give me your first reaction when you heard this news.
Well, look, Peter, I'd be lying if I said I was shocked or surprised. This is just the latest in a series of moves, both in Australia and globally, to erase women and our unique lived experiences as women from society. More and more biological males have been given the opportunity to take women's places on sporting teams, to win women's awards, to use women's spaces, and to be included in female terminology, and women are being progressively pushed out. So, it wasn't sort of a big shock horror because this has been happening for a long time now. That being said, the fact that biological males can now win an award for Woman of the Year in New South Wales is obviously so absurd that it did give me a small hope that perhaps more people will start to push back against this warping of language and this well-intentioned but misguided attempt to be inclusive.
Look, I thought the same thing. And the Minister, Bronnie Taylor, said, this is all about building equity. It's being about safe and inclusive societies. But opening this award up to biological males actually excludes women. It diminishes the achievements of women. And if a bloke can win Woman of the Year, what's the point of the award? What's the point of any award based on gender? I mean, I just discussed then about categories of CEOs and whether it matters if we have more women or not. I mean, if anyone can be a woman, why are we even having these gender debates about parliamentarians or CEOs at all?
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, if a man can be a woman and vice versa, and sex no longer has any basis in reality, and people can move fluidly, between the two, then why are we making a big deal about women's representation in any area? And obviously, I mean, I do think that women need to be more represented in certain areas, and I do think it is a big deal, but I can't understand why the same people who are pushing that aren't concerned about this issue as well.
What amazes me is the feminists, the hard left, the activists for years have fought for a level of equity for women, and they are absolutely silent here as women are being erased.
Yeah, that's right. And I know, and it's baffling. Like it's been interesting because we have sort of found ourselves aligning with groups and women and other kinds of feminists who we wouldn't normally align with on every issue, on these types of issues. And they as well are also deeply concerned that not more women are speaking out about this and not more feminists are speaking out about this because, the more we allow men to be included in the category of woman, the more that women's unique needs, vulnerabilities, rights, capacities get ignored. And this is it's harmful for them and it's harmful for their progression in society.
Well, you're brave to speak up. Keep up the fight, Rachael Wong. You've always got a platform here on Credit. I think it's an issue we've got to keep talking about. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Peter.